Welcome to Chasing Gold. I am Schuyler Hall, bringing you along as we learn about some of our top athletes competing at the 2025 Black Canyon 100K, streaming live here on the Mountain Outpost channel on February 8th. One such athlete, somebody who's been here before and just coming down the road to compete again, Ryan Raff. How are you doing, sir?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Hey, no complaints on my end. Listen, you are no stranger to the desert, so we're glad to have you back. But before we get into your journey and what's bringing you back to Black Canyon, I have to ask you the opening question that we're asking all of our guests. Go ahead and put your imagination cap on. It's contract season, so imagine you find yourself in an elevator with the head of your dream brand running, non-endemic, whoever that dream brand might be. What would be your 30-second elevator pitch on why they should bet on you in 2025 and beyond?
Oh, wow. Getting right to it. I would say just like I'm young, I'm an up and comer in the sport. I have a collegiate background in cross country and track, so I have the speed and figuring out my fueling and getting more experience racing. But things are coming together. Like every race, I've been learning something new and kind of building off of it, and then trying to fit that into the next race and just use all these experiences to better myself as an athlete and become well-rounded and somebody who can race well in lots of different scenarios and different distances. I'm not afraid to take big swings and to bet on myself. And I think it really sometimes it doesn't pay off like in the short term, but I think in the long term I'll definitely get this sport figured out, and maybe not completely, but I think my trajectory is definitely trending up.
So let's talk about that trajectory. You have been at Black Canyon specifically back in 2023, ran just a touch over 9 hours. You also ran pretty well at Javelin 100, also back in 2023 with a 6th place finish there, and then have just been crushing it throughout 2024. What's got you excited to come back to Black Canyon? Why Black Canyon versus any of the other golden ticket races?
I love Black Canyon, like the point-to-point course, just the scenery of the Bradshaw Mountains, and I feel like as golden ticket races go, like this one's like the most competitive or one of the most competitive ones. So I really am like just attracted by the field, the depth of the competition, and just the unique nature of the course. I think it really suits my strengths. Just like it's a runner's course, like you're going to be running like the whole course, hopefully. So that's why I came back to Black Canyon.
So you talked about this being a runner's course. Obviously, you come in with some of the best foot speed in the entire field. Anybody just has to look at your TFRS profile to know where you've been. Talk to me about this course specifically. Is there anything that you learned in your previous running that was sort of kicking through your mind as you went through this training block?
Yeah, definitely. The first running was really rough for me, so I learned a lot from that. And one of the things was just how much harder the second half is than the first half, and how you need to have legs for those hills later on. Because by the time I got to those climbs, like out of Black Canyon City, out of Table Mesa, like I was just totally fried because I just cooked myself too much in the beginning of the race. I really this year I've been just thinking about wanting to be running well in the later stages on those later climbs, because the first 20 is just like really runnable, really downhill, like there's no major climbs, so it's really easy to just get ahead of yourself and kind of just push too hard. And I think it's really important to stay relaxed, like physically and mentally in the earlier stages, because you're really going to need that energy later on. I think is the big thing that I've learned.
For sure. Yeah. And you've talked about how this is an incredibly competitive field, 2025 shaping out to be one of the fastest and deepest 100Ks in American history. what is your broad game plan going in? You know, I mean, frankly, the last 2 years have really leveled up the sport. Are you planning on going out with the leaders and queuing off of people? Are you thinking about historical splits and keying off of that? What's your mindset strategically as you map out your 2025 run?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely planning on going out with the lead group. Unlike 2 years ago, I kind of started more conservative, but this year I want to go out with the top guys. Unless somebody wants to just go crazy, like I'll let one or two people go if they're just running an insane pace early. But if there's like a lead pack in the beginning, I'll definitely be up there with them. Not going to be looking at splits too much, except just knowing like kind of what they are, like what Hayden, Chris, and Jupiter ran last year, kind of having those in the back of my mind. But not going to be like keying off of those because also it's kind of weather dependent. Like the weather's looking good right now, but I think course record is um, not the main focus. Like it's more on competing. Just yeah, putting myself in the position to get that golden ticket. Trying to stay in the top 3 to 5, tentatively is what I'm thinking about. Like I'm not going to be super rigid with my race plan, and it's more just about getting out there, seeing what the day is giving me, seeing what how I'm feeling, and just trying to stay competitive up at the front of the race. Yeah, it's all these things are all about competition. Like at the end of the day, if you um, if you get in the top 3 but you ran 8 hours, like you still get a golden ticket, you know. So not gonna be worried about time too much. Just how can I get myself in that ticket position?
Yeah, sort of feels like the old conference track days. You just gotta, grind
Yes.
it out, and time doesn't matter. You just gotta be in the right position. So, uh,
Yeah.
love the headspace that you're at there. Let's think about the last 6 months or so. I know that you ran the Tushars 70K last year and took a win there.
Mhm.
What's life looked like for you? I mean, obviously, you've had a pretty good training block, even if you may be hiding a few things on Strava. I'm just making a guess based on what I've seen personally. But what's life just been like since Tushars?
It's been good. Yeah. A little up and down with the running. I went to the rut and DNF there, so that was yeah, a rough experience. And then haven't raced since then. So I did like a 50K by myself. But besides that, it's just been yeah, hitting the training hard and taking care of my family. I got a 2-year-old daughter, and we're expecting another kid in June, so that'll be a baby boy coming, and so yeah, just um, taking care of Lucy and waiting for this new baby boy, and just trying to train as hard as I can and prepare for this race.
Right on. Well, congratulations, obviously on the second
Thanks.
one forthcoming. Uh,
Thank you.
you said June, so we got to ask about the elephant in the room at that point. Should you
Yeah.
get a golden ticket here? Western States also happens to be in June.
hmm
How are we playing it out?
Yeah. So I got to get the ticket first. That's the hard part.
Fair.
But if I was to get one, I would take it, and as long as everything, because it'll be early June. So as long as the baby's born, everything's okay with the baby and with Sarah, and she's good with me going, like I'll go. Um, but if anything's wrong, or if we don't feel like we're in a good place, like I'll have to stay home. And yeah, first things first, I gotta execute in this race and and even give myself the shot. But when that bridge comes, we'll cross it for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, family first. Nobody would fault you if you had to stay back and handle business at home. But
For
good to
sure.
know what your intentions are coming into this race. Uh, Talk to me about fueling and nutrition. You know, we've had so much occurring in the media of late around new fueling strategies, high carb fueling strategies, things like that. And a lot has changed since you first ran this race a couple of years ago. So, what's
Yeah.
nutrition and fueling look like for you nowadays?
A lot different. Yeah, definitely. When I was here a couple of years ago, I was I was eating like exclusively bars, and like bars that were like hard to get down, like LAR bars, like RX bars, and because I did it in a previous race and it worked fine, but this is totally different beast. Like with the hotter temperatures usually, and then like just the faster pace, like I just couldn't get them down. So I mean, I was probably having like 60 or something grams of carbs, and then like the last grams of carbs per hour, and then like the last couple hours probably like next to nothing, and just like drinking water, and it was just a complete disaster. So I've really tried to focus on that and tweak that. And a big help has been my new nutrition sponsor, Hyperlight Liquid Performance. It's just a drink mix, and it has 100 grams of carbs, 100 or 1,000 milligrams of sodium per serving. I've been loving it. Like, it tastes great. It goes down easy. So I'll just be using that on race day. And yeah, I've been using it a bunch in training and just trying to figure out how much my body can get in, and still feel okay, and also make sure I'm adequately fueling so I don't bonk like I did 2 years ago. And a lot of that too is also getting enough fluids in. So yeah, I'll probably be close to doubling my fluid intake and my carb intake from before, and I'm hoping that'll be a big game changer for me.
Yeah, you talk about you've been doing this in training, trying to game it out. Looking at this training block leading into this edition of Black Canyon, is there any particular workout or a tune-up race? You mentioned that 50K that maybe went incredibly well and is instilling confidence, or is it just looking at the totality of the body of work that's giving you confidence coming into this race that you'll be able to excel?
I think it's just like the consistency of the work. The 50K was back in November, so wasn't really in this training block. But yeah, I got a new coach. I'm getting coached by David Roach, and this training block's been big on like not overdoing anything and just kind of like staying consistent, staying really fit, like really fast, really quality work. And I think just there's nothing that super sticks out to me. Like, a lot of my long runs were done in like snow, like low temperatures, like just they were kind of just like gritty, grindy days, like nothing flashy, nothing that to be like super excited about, but just like really helped me mentally prepare for this race. But yeah, I think it's all about being consistent, staying healthy, getting the work in, and honestly, like, not overtraining, because in the past, like, I've been like a super high mileage person, and like it's easy to get like kind of burnt out and like really tired by the time the race arrives if you're always just doing a bunch of training. So I've just been focusing on having really quality training, and David's been a big part of that. Is just you don't have to do everything, like especially with like all my family responsibilities. Like, I kind of just let's get the most quality work I can, and that'll translate on race day.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, David himself is pretty in the limelight right now. As he's already into Western States and he's your coach, obviously we have to get the ticket first. How are you going to develop the beef, the rivalry with him if he's going to be towing the line with you, moving down from Palisades to Auburn?
Yeah, it would be really fun, honestly. Like, I wouldn't really see it as like a competition between us, but I mean, he could probably talk smack better than I could, Like, I kind of just be thrilled to be in the race, and to be racing with him and against him. Like, we raced one time before at Crown King, and so he'll probably use that and say that like, oh, he beat me before, he can beat me again, But 50K and 100 miler is definitely a different beast. But yeah, like you said, like, I got to just focus on this race first and get this one out of the park. And um, hopefully, if it goes well, like, we can talk about Western States and racing with David and all the other legends, lining up. So
For sure, for sure. So focusing in on Black Canyon, I'm gonna give you a little fill in the blank. All right.
okay.
So if I do blank, then I'm getting a golden ticket at Black Canyon.
If I get in over 100 grams of carb an hour for the entire race, I'll get a golden ticket.
All right. We will be watching on the live stream. Every time you come across the camera, we'll be like, is that bottle empty? Is he making it move?
Yeah.
We'll and obviously, this is one of those races where you do have some crew spots, and we're seeing more and more efficiency with the aid station stops. Do you have folks that are coming down to support you? Who's going to be on your team making you move fast through the Black Canyon Trail?
Yeah. Main sport will be Sarah and Lucy. They'll be there helping me out. And then I've got Joey DeFeo, an old teammate from NIU, is going to come and pace me. And then some guys from Hyperlight will be there. We've got 3 of us running the race, so they'll be spread out between the 3 of us, I'm assuming. So yeah, Sarah's my crew chief at all these races, and she does a great job. She's really figured out how to get it down. And with my nutrition strategy being all liquids with a drink mix, it'll be a lot easier. Like I'll try to be a lot more efficient, kind of just handing off bottles and getting new ones and getting out of there, you know. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So I think it's time for the quick mix. 5 fast hitting questions off the top of the dome. Ryan, are you ready?
let's do it.
All right, sir. We know that you're sponsored by Hoka. So what shoe are you going to be rocking at Black Canyon?
The Tecton X2.
All right. We need more hype in trail running. So if you're walking to the start line, what would you like to be your walkout song?
Ooh. I feel like I always go with the Eye of the Tiger. You know, Rocky gives me that energy.
Nice, nice. Question number 3, you have an unlimited budget for a month-long training camp. Where are you headed and why?
Ooh. I mean, this might not sound like the best, but I'm gonna say the Grand Canyon. Like that place is just like an insane training grounds.
Nothing's going to match that natural beauty. So I wholly support that. Question number 4. All right. Imagine we're turning Black Canyon into a 2-person relay, sort of a 3-legged race. Which of your competitors are you going to tie yourself to?
Ooh. I'm gonna say Hans Troyer or Cole Campbell. They're my Hyperlight guys.
All right. All right. There will be no shortage of energy in that grouping. I can assure you that.
We're coming.
And lastly, as I mentioned, the live stream is going to be hosted here on the Mountain Outpost channel. And so what emoji do you want your supporters to just spam into the chat to show you love as you're making your way down course?
The fire emoji. That's what we're bringing, fire.
Awesome. Awesome. So you guys heard it here. Make sure you're spamming that live chat with the fire emoji as we bring you guys the live stream here on the Mountain Outpost channel. Hit that subscribe button down there, and then also hit the bell so you get notified when the live stream goes up on February 8th. Ryan, any last words for our viewers at home?
No, I think thanks for having me on, and I'm really excited to race. It's going to be a good one. Hope everybody tunes in to watch.
Absolutely. And we're excited to have you there. We're excited to have you all watching at home. Thanks for joining us here on Chasing Gold. I've been Schuyler Hall, and we'll catch you guys next time.